Hello and welcome back to another video, guys. We have now got the Dayz 123 updates, and we have got some pretty interesting stuff. So the first one instantly is now the DMR. It comes with a 10 and 20 round magazine, probably chambered in 308 Winchester, which the original counterpart is similarly chambered into. So I believe the original one is 7.62x51, which is the NATO standard caliber, which is the opposite, to say the least, of the 7.54x54. Now, well, 7.62x54, sorry, the VSD cartridge. Now, so we've got some changes. You can now push vehicles. The field shovel has been re-added. There are now paddy gloves. There's 3 new hats: the Winter Coif, which is the blue hat we saw, the OZKZ, or KZK, which is the NBC mask, the Russian one, the tan one, and you've got the Petty Shock hat, which is, it's like a black cap. The firefighter M3S truck, which you can find in the 8130. There's now sounds. The sub-bells are now displayed number plates in waiting queue. Sounds for deploying fireplace and improvised explosives, as well as sounds for crafting rags, washing hands, locked valve doors, cutting planks, unequipping the pipe wrench and equipping it, pulling corpses from vehicles, placing a claymore mine, placing an arm in IEDs, crafting fireplaces, crafting a handle, and now you can functionally hide and show the password when entering servers. So a lot of new interesting stuff there, as well as if we go down here, the major overhaul of skybox and textures, they reworked the interior light and castle tower, removed a redundant sound during the gas canisters, and a few more. Now, it is a given, NWAF has been completely changed. So obviously that hasn't been added onto this, but it will be a given. I think it's to say, without to say the least. Now, there is a lot when it comes to modding. I'll go over this soon, but I want to go over some of the major things I've noticed in here. Now, the first one is boiling food, the sound of frying would be played. Yeah, which is obviously not a major thing, but they have noticed some small things such as that. And the damaged texture of canned food would even show on the food inside the cans. Baked penny bun mushrooms had no texture. Entering ADSO weapon with no scope while throwing the weapon could result in a broken HUD. The gas stove was playing bacon sounds without playing food. The sound of emptying a bottle was still played after interrupting the action. The certain animation to equip an item would play twice when triggered. Digging up worms could close. Worms close to objects could cause the character to get stuck. Respawn after dying while in conscious state will trigger a confirmation request. So that is to do with the red screen glitch, where you could die, you could jump off something high to kill yourself, you break your leg, you'll go uncon, and then as soon as you went to kill yourself, you'll get the red screen glitch, which would mean you have to reboot the game. Shooting a large amount of bullets indoors would result in a sound being played with delay. That is a massive one. We've had it quite a lot on the console side, especially in a video I was currently making until I saw this, where we would mag dump a lower wall and you'll hear the shots, and then the reverb and the echo would play a couple seconds later. Fixed config animation with the BK153. So, some small big things and some large things. Now let's fully go through this. So the major overhaul in Skybox and its textures, reworked the interior of a large castle tower, removed a redundant sound during the gas canister explosion, disabled shadows for fireworks and reduced the light radius to reduce the performance impact. Increased maximum bandwidth limits on the client to server traffic to reduce movement desync when firing weapons. Update the game credits. Rename the fire mode for the crossbow with semi-auto to single. The clutch for the M3S now triggers faster. Increased the inertia of the M3S. Slightly adjusted the weight of the M125 off-road, which is a Humvee, to enable the climbing hills. Adjusted explosion sounds from ranges. Twisted red tracer bullets for better visibility. And adjusted vehicles for better control on grass, which is one they mentioned quite a lot on the console, on the dev stream, as he was asking people to go try it, because apparently they have changed it. Now, Central and Comet change reduced spawning on worm hats and to account for newly added items. Okay, now this is one we have been waiting for. So this is the one they've been obviously talking about a lot in the dev stream when it comes to changes. Now I remember them saying they moved the VSD, the files from to contaminated areas to decrease their numbers, and also moved the asphalt and VSS out due to it being a 939 to higher tier military areas in replacing the VSD and the FAL. The major overhaul for added overhead lines for the railway network. Now, I'm not too sure what this would be. There's been a lot of talk there of people wanting trains to be added, very much like doing Rust, where you could travel the map with them. I'm not too sure how that would work, but overhead lines for the railway network. Now, it's something we're going to have to definitely check out for the experimental, which is out today. Now, the change for major overhaul for Viborg Airbase, Northwest Airfield, that was shown on the dev stream, as well as it's been teased quite a lot. As I said, move the asphalt from contaminated to higher tier military, change the VSD and FAL to the contaminated from the higher tier military, and then move the KA-74, KA-74U, and the M16A2 to higher military tiers spawns. Now, I get this one, and I get the M16A2. The baby AK, I'm not too sure why, but it is what it is. So they've changed base building items can no longer be placed in Livonia Underground, Livonia. So that is the bunker, because people would go ahead and just, base in there and completely ruin it for the rest of the people. Now they've also changed and moved as well VSS spawns from the contaminated areas to high tier military, but they moved the VSD and AUG from military to contaminated areas and decreased their numbers. Now the AUG is a very good weapon. The A1 not too much, but the A3 is definitely something they have moved, which is a good thing. Now, there is a lot of more for the modding side, and I really want to go across this modding one because it is a massive update for the console community. But already, known issues. The DMR might have the glitched animation while shooting in prone. A fix is internal testing. So that is definitely something they will fix by the time it comes out on a stable branch. Now, this is a huge update, so I'm not even going to bother with the server side or the launcher side, but modding is something I'm going to be watching. So, added. So we'll go through these first. Object get action components for selection name, object get action component center, and object get action component center OOB, and object get action component min max. Added, expanded on door API for building, adding in events, state accessors, and getting a maximum door count. Added space panorama layer. These are for the night times, the new changes for the skybox. Added space panorama, added atmosphere panorama layer, diffracted sky panorama layer. Added, renamed horizon panorama layer, diffracted horizon panorama layer, so on. So this is obviously for atmospheric and the skybox. Now we've got fixed attached sounds will be played original and parent when offset. Fixed R value will be ignored when the function will be called, i.e. a static function could be called through a variable like get game spawn entity where spawn entity static global function and so forth. So the one major thing we've got coming with the modding side is that console can now go ahead and pretty much have you spawn in wherever you want. So if you, for example, in Discord have a certain role and you want to spawn and that role it complies with the Hulk bot or the Daisy Laws bot or the Jeebus bot when they was a thing, you could have a code inputted into your Nitrado and you could have you spawning in a certain location with certain gear. So if your ownership team or admin team want you to spawn in a certain location with a full gear set, you can do that. And that is off def as well. So that is some pretty cool stuff. Now the known issues, as we said, Sun and Moon are not in all cases displayed. When entering false password, access server and preventing until server restart. Cards can be pushed away from the roof and fix internal fixing. Now, consoles added a warning icon to disconnect warning session lost error. The server browser now displays the time of day on the server. Fixed, it was not possible to interact with every message pop-ups after losing connection with the controller. I've had that issue a couple of times. That involved me having to restart the game. Fixed overlay elements with a still accepting invite to a server, and missing control hints to switch the camera position between soldiers. Alright, now, this is probably one of the best updates we've had to date. I would say it's on par with 1.14. So definitely a very good update. Definitely cannot wait to try out. And probably one of the nicest things when it comes to stuff. They've not overloaded us with weapon systems. They've added some cosmetics and they've also added sound, which is awesome. So big up Bohemia.